What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. Folks, in today's video, I would like to show you 10 Pokemon items that have come up in the past month alone. I got some sealed product, I got some modern cards, and I got some vintage cards to go over. This is a series I used to do every week, and I kind of got out of the habit of doing it. I'd like to get back into it. The top 10 cards that have spiked this past week. Cards or sealed product. So stick around, I think you're going to enjoy today's video. And today's video is sponsored by the #1 Pokemon card restock notification system and investment community, PokeNotify. PokeNotify is the Discord server that will give you the fastest notifications on upcoming pre-orders, restocks, and deals for upcoming sets, as well as monthly product releases and information for online restocks that will tell you exactly when to be online and how much product will be available. With PokeNotify, you can set custom notifications for hundreds of websites from all major regions across the world. Test out their servers with a free 3-day trial, and after that, use code TOP10POKEMON for 25% off your first month. A link to sign up will be in the description of this video. Don't miss out on any more pre-orders or restocks for these upcoming sets. Sign up for PokeNotify today. Alright, let's start this video off with some sealed product. And that sealed product would be the Destined Rivals booster box. Folks, this box was selling back in January, like mid-January, for $405 to about $395. So averaging about $400 for this booster box, which was very impressive. But recently, man, people, like I said, people are not worried about restocks for this set. Check out these booster box prices. Here's a sale for $540, another one for $565, another one for $636, up to $660 for this box, which is a 67% increase on this booster box in less than a month. Now, in my humble opinion, folks, Destined Rivals is one of the top 3 best sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. I would definitely say Destined Rivals, Prismatic Evolutions, and 151. What do you think? And we also saw that recent sale of a booster box case for this set, in which it sold for $3,800. Up next, we have that fantastic Mew EX Black Star promo from the 151 UPCs. In PSA 10, this card was selling for $496. Here's another sale for $485. A very impressive price. But recently, this card has blown up, selling as a PSA 10 in auction for about $620 to about $625, which is a 67% increase as well. Now, the other promo from that UPC is that Mewtwo Black Star promo, which is also an amazing card, but it has not come up quite as much as this Mew EX. This is the #9 card on today's list. Up next, I have 3 Japanese Pikachu promo cards that have been going to the moon. First up is this Pikachu Scream promo in PSA 10. In January, this card was selling for around $8,900, but most recently has sold for $11,588, which is a very clean 30% increase on this amazing card. And then we saw the 20th Anniversary Festa card, which has a PSA 10, was selling for about $15,000. But in the past week alone, we saw 2 unbelievable sales of this card. One that sold in auction for $22,200, and then a day or two after that, this card sold for $26,500, which puts that at about a 77% increase, like I said, in less than a month. And then finally, we saw the Full Art Mario Pikachu in PSA 10 that was selling for about $16,000 to about $15,100 in auction. This past week, sold for $20,200, which is a nice 34% increase on this iconic card. On to a couple of Zards that have been doing very well recently. Here we have the Holo Charizard from the Celebrations Classic Collection. This guy in PSA 10 was selling for about $395 to about $365, down to about $355. So somewhere between $350 to $400 was where this card was sitting at for quite some time. But in the past month, the value of this card as a PSA 10 has blown up. Here is a sale of $600, Another sale of $605, finally landing at $610, which is a 72% increase. Now, it's also worth noting that the Charizard Holo from the TCG Classic set, which is different from the Celebrations Classic Collection, this card was selling for $390, but now sells for closer to $450, which is only a 15% increase. And that's not too shabby, but it's definitely not in the realm of the Celebration Zard, which is up 72%. I believe wholeheartedly that's due to the fact that we are coming upon the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and this card right here was the 25th anniversary Charizard, so I think there's definitely a correlation there. What do you think? And then we also saw the Charizard V-Star Black Star promo from the Charizard UPCs come up quite a bit. This card has had a roller coaster ride the past year. It was selling a month ago for about $652. Here's another sale for $620, but has come up very recently, selling for $791 to $793, and then again for $797, which is a 28% increase on this Zard. And out of all three of the Charizard promos from the Charizard UPC, the Charizard V, VMAX, and V-Star, the V-Star has been doing the best by far. And then we're going to finish off this video with 3 vintage cards, and they all happen to be psychic Pokemon. Here we have the Japanese Corocoro Comics Shining Mew. This guy was selling as a PSA 10 for $12,000 back on January 10th. And then on January 9th, it also sold for $12,000 as well. But this card has come up the past week selling in auction for $16,600, which is a very healthy 38% increase in just 1 month. Now, call me crazy, folks, but I think the reason this card has blown up very recently is because there's some unfounded speculation that this card will be reprinted for the 30th anniversary, perhaps in English. Right now, this card is a Japanese exclusive, but there are images floating around of a Shining Mew reprint of this card, and it's got people talking, so maybe people are trying to buy this card up while they can, just in case they do decide to reprint it. I don't know. It would certainly be amazing if they did. Next up, we have the base set Holo Alakazam Unlimited copy in PSA 10. This card was selling for about $1,233 to about $1,252 pretty consistently, but it just had a recent sale of $2,661, which is a 112% increase. And the same goes for the Unlimited Holo Mewtwo from base set. That was selling for around $1,400 as a PSA 10, but has sold most recently for $3,075, which would be a 120% increase. And we are seeing this a lot for base set. I think we got a lot of factors at play here. 30th anniversary, there's usually some kind of base set reprint. We got Logan Paul opening up his booster box here in a week or so. So a lot of factors are really contributing to base set cards skyrocketing in price very recently. So what do you think of these cards? Did any of these surprise you? Please let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you in my next one.